for joining me, Nikki, with our ASMR radio. I hope you are feeling okay today. The sun is shining rarely for an October weekend, which is nice. So if you're out and about in the garden, enjoy the last of our sunshine before the winter sets in. And for the rest of us, let's just snuggle up and make ourselves a nice warm drink and lose ourselves in, I think, in today's time, let's look at some Hollywood memorabilia, or let's talk our way through it. As you know, I enjoy going through anything old and nostalgic, and when I can, sharing it with you. And I came across a super site or information. It's an auction room in the USA, possibly LA. I'm not entirely sure. I need to double check that. And they do the ultimate destination for Hollywood memorabilia. And I thought, let's take a little look. Let's dip our toe in and see what we can find. So, make yourself comfortable, put your feet up, and let's share. I mean, some of the prices and some of the things that they have is just incredible. There was one recently, the top 5 Lord of the Ring props. I'm not sure whether you're into Lord of the Rings. Me personally, not so much. But the John Rhys Davies screen, the double-headed axe, sold for $150,000. There was the shards of Narsil, $25,600. The Salah Baker sword and gauntlet sold for $25,000. But on this site, I mean, the collections that they have from, the golden eras, but right up to, current artists or 80s artists like Madonna and let's see, let's pull up a page and let's take a little look together. There were some money clips that sold for a lot, but I did notice one in particular. Let me see. There's a Frank Sinatra and Miami Police and Firemen's Association money clip. It's actually quite attractive. That sold for a couple of $1,000. And a Dean Martin 14-karat gold money clip sold for $4,000. I did actually, some time ago, get myself the auction book from Olivia Newton-John's sale. This was pre her sadly passing away, which I really would like to share with you more at some point. Being a huge fan of Olivia Newton-John, I don't know if you are too, but if you are, welcome. Let's take a further look down. There's a whole selection of skateboards. Do you remember the film Back to the Future 2 with Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly? The hoverboard prop, that sold for $91,100. Kurt Cobain of Nirvana's hand-illustrated Iron Maiden Killer's skateboard sold for $35,000. Bear Walker signed Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man skateboard That was a couple of $1,000s. Let's see. Some great Hawaiian shirts. Just having a little look. My husband has a thing for Hawaiian shirts, just as a random fact. Yes, Patrick Swayze. Ghost Hawaiian shirt, $11,000. And the man himself, Magnum PI, Tom Selleck. Heal Thyself Hawaiian shirt sold for $8,960. Another one from the film, Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura. When Nature Calls Hawaiian shirt sold for $12,800. Let's find another one as my eyes dance around. The Curse of the Exorcist, Alien Legacy. But yeah, Elvis Presley worn Hawaiian shirt. That sold for $4,687. Cool. There's a site coming up. I'm not sure whether I can find it today, but perhaps in another time together. There's actually celebrity prescription bottles. Goodness me. There's one here for Elvis. I can't. Let's. Yeah, I think it's an auction that's coming up. It's also mentioned offering peculiar props. Xanax pills is used by James Cardellini, aka Tony Soprano, the Watershed Mafia, the Sopranos. Perhaps the most famous example sold by was the second capsules that were prescribed to Marilyn Monroe, dated August the 13th, 1960, and originally sold at Schwab's Pharmacy in Beverly Hills. Author Truman quote must have struggled with anxiety, perhaps because of many of his socialite friends had abandoned him when he began to write a tell-all book about them, and he was prescribed Valium in 1984. So an interesting little one there. We won't dive too much into that one now. Let's see what we've got. Let's have a sip of tea. So we've got this, favourite vases. I mean, you wouldn't think necessarily that would be of interest, but I suppose there's Janet Jackson bronze Sphinx vase sold for $4,000. Let's see, Pablo Picasso one, Spanish 16. To me, that's Greta Garbo, Brett B. Turquoise, Majolica vase, vase, 4,687. They're offering a budget on Vivian Lee dresses, and some interesting things on prosthetics for films. Cool. So let's take another little look before we stop for some music. So they have film reels, numerous sold over the years. There's Judy Garland, sold for a couple of $1,000. There's actually a unreleased director's cut, George A. Romero Martin, from the vampire film, sold for $51,000. What about the NASA spacesuit? A couple of $1,000. And now there's a nostalgic film, Burt Reynolds' Smokey and the Bandit. 35mm film sold for $21,875. Wow. Cool. Okay, well, we've dipped our toes into the auction site, and lots more to see, lots more to find, but let's take a break. Let's have some music, and I'll come back to you soon. I enjoyed that. I hadn't heard that song by Dean Martin in a while. Okay, let's continue. I found some great items that sold at the auction. So let's just have a little run through of some of these. Wow. We have Beatles. Paul McCartney's studio used handwritten lyrics to Hey Jude. It was estimated at selling at $160,000 to $180,000, but it sold for $910,000. Oh my goodness. Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation Tours Award Show, her jacket. The estimate was $4,000 to $6,000, and it sold for $81,000. Even her iconic key earring, estimated at $4,000 to $6,000, sold for $43,750. Wow. Okay, there's more Janet Jackson. Let's scan across. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa boxing gloves from Rocky 3. I'm surprised they actually didn't go for more. They were estimated at $10,000 to $20,000, but they sold for $32,000. I would have expected much more than for those. Oh wow, those Sylvester Stallone's Rocky original story development notes. The estimated value on those was $50,000 to $70,000, but they sold for, wait for it, $437,500. Cool. We've got a Keith Richards signed Gibson electronic acoustic guitar. Estimated $6,000 to $8,000, sold for $57,000. Again, one that I would have thought was a bit more. John Lennon's Magical Mystery Tour Afghan coat, estimated $8,000 to $10,000, but sold for $22,000, $400. A Banksy original. Wow. Estimated at $80,000 to $100,000, sold for $500,000. Madonna, Material Girl, video worn gown, stole gloves and bracelets. God, I remember that video from the 80s, isn't it? Yeah. Well, they estimated a pretty substantial $100,000 to $200,000, but it sold for $287,500. Nirvana's Kurt Cobain Smells Like Teen Spirit Fender Mustang guitar. Wow, estimated at a whopping $600,000 to $800,000, and it sold for over $4 million. 687. Marilyn Monroe again. Costumes from There's No Business Like Show Business, estimated was, it's a gold number, 80 to 100,000, and it sold for over 200,000, 218. I mean, it's literally going down a rabbit hole of absolute wonders. If I could pull this out and share it, I would. But this is radio. Chris Evans, Captain America, the first Avenger hero prop shield. They estimated the auction to go to $60,000 to $80,000, and it sold for $200,000. Oh, here's another biggie. Although estimated to be a pretty biggie, and I'm not sure it went. E.T., the original Mechatronic character. They estimated kind of between $2,000 and $4,000. Looking at it, over $2.5 million. Wow, wow, wow. Another big one with Banksy. Let's see, let's have a few more. Just to take us up to the next song. John Travolta, Scream Matched and Photo Match, Saturday Night Fever. Again, wow, a classic film. Love John Travolta too. Estimated $100,000 to $200,000, sold for $260,000. A dress worn by Princess Diana from the premiere one, Bruce Oldfield silk gown, estimated at $200,000 to $400,000, sold for $571,000. And another, what about Michael Jackson's glove, Motown 25 stage worn glove? They estimated $40,000 to $60,000, sold for $430,000. And of course his Thriller jacket, Michael Jackson, worn in that video, that red number. They estimated $200,000 to $400,000. And it sold for just under $2 million. Incredible, incredible. Okay. Wow. Wow, I could go on all day with this. But hey, we need more music. We need to put the kettle on again. So let's leave it there, and I'll come back to you soon. I enjoyed that track too. Gosh, I'm hearing a lot of what I haven't heard in a while. And while we were listening to that, I took the opportunity to scroll just through to find a few more things to take us up to the news. And a Prince played guitar, estimated at 60 to 80,000, sold for 700,000. And the historic dress worn by Marilyn Monroe when she sang Happy Birthday to JFK at the Madison Square Garden, they estimated the auction would go between $2 and $3 million. Well, it sold, for nearly $5 million, $1,000. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Okay, let's have Return of the Jedi, Han Solo movie prop blaster, estimated between 300 and 500, sold for 550,000. Again, another Banksy. And let's have these last ones. Another Kurt Cobain. There's Olivia Newton-John's Grease jacket, estimated at $100,000 to $200,000, sold for $243,000. And Christopher Reeve's Superman movie worn cape, iconic, estimated $100,000 to $200,000, and sold for $193,000. I would have expected a bit more, but cool. Okay, well, that takes us up to the news. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well, and see you again soon.